So, elephant in the room. We need to address it instantly. Get it out of the way. Not going on a bitching contest. Not going to let you have verbals across the table. You just, for the next couple of weeks at least, I just need to see that we can make it work. I think that's the easiest way to resolve the whole situation. I don't know why I'm looking at you, because it's nothing to do with you. But I think the easiest way to resolve the elephant in the room is, and I'll put it in a very, very blunt kind of terms, if you can't get on and do what's right for the company, I don't expect you to be best friends. I don't expect you to be going out for coffee. It'd be nice if you could actually end up having that kind of relationship where it's all working. And I think once the business is up and running to a level where it's all flowing anyway, I think it might make things a little bit easier, and I think it might make communication a little bit better. But for the next, to the end of this month, I'm going to assess how the communication is, what needs to be done accordingly for the company, because trying to be friends is not going to happen at this precise moment in time. I can clearly see it. I'm not going into the he said, she said, they said, I'm not doing none of that. All I'm going to say is, by the end of today, by the time you all leave to go home, you will all have your roles and responsibilities. You'll all know what you got to do, and you'll all know who you've got to communicate with. And we'll give it 2 weeks, and we'll come back in 2 weeks, and we'll see how it went. I think that's the fairest thing to do. If anybody doesn't agree with me, you need to say, because it is what it is.
Yeah, and that's right.
Because at the end of the day, if the company doesn't work, you lot all don't have a job, technically, whether you're business partners, shareholders, whatever. So you've got to make it work one way or another. And I think the easiest way that I got explained it was, there's 10 staff members now, 10 team members, 10 people in the business, excluding me and Isabella, which means there's 100 lines of communication, which is awful. It's awful.
It's a lot of people, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot of people to communicate. And then this last week has just been horrendous. Last week was horrendous. I don't think any of you actually step out of your little worlds and then look at the bigger picture. So you run deal sourcing, you run strategies and implementations and all the stuff that's going on. You do 11, you got the mortgage. To be fair, I have to say, you're the only one that doesn't cause me any drama, ever. Ever. You never cause me, since the day I met you 2 years ago, you've never caused me 1% of drama, ever. So when we're having these things and there's people watching on the daily and stuff, they're probably thinking, well, you're the only one that's never, ever, ever caused me 1% of stress. Everybody else has caused me some sort of stress or some sort of thing to solve, but really you could solve yourselves. Does anybody want to get anything off the chest? Does anybody want to say anything? Does anybody just want to put anything into that?
I think if there is a blocker, we do need to be able to come to you.
Okay.
So
you can always come to me if there's a blocker. That's what I'm here for as the boss. But don't come to me with menial shit.
Nah,
I have no time for menial stuff. I'm trying to grow the business, not.
Totally agree. But
fix
sometimes
all
we do
the-
need to be able to go, hey Steve, can you just...
But I like that, because when I answer the phone, you see how I communicate, and when you speak to me, things get done. We've got to stop procrastinating. That's everybody in this room. If I ask for something to be done, I expect it to be done that day. The only reason I ask it to be done that day is because I'm going to be doing something else with it the next day that I've already thought of 20 steps ahead. So if I ask for something, just do it. Don't wait, don't leave, don't try and change the narrative, just do it. And when you see it working, then we can keep implementing the same things. But I don't like people who stop. Don't stop, just keep going. Anybody else want to say anything in a minute?
I think there's an issue from a team point of view.
Yep, I agree massively.
I think there's an issue with blockers being put in place.
Okay.
I find it very difficult to get stuff done sometimes because
Yep.
I can't get past certain things, or I don't have the ability to do it myself. So therefore, everything just grinds to a halt. So I find that very frustrating, and
Okay.
that holds me up a lot.
Yep. Okay. How do you think that can be fixed?
I have no way to pay for anything myself.
Yep.
So I can't book anything or like I can't book and pay for any events. Everything has to go
Yeah.
through somebody.
Yeah.
Not entirely clear who that needs to go through at the moment.
Okay.
Stuff that I asked for, I'm not provided with.
You could give me an example of that stuff so I know. The payment one's easy for me to fix. But that's easy for me to fix. What's the second one?
So like I asked for the Stripe account details,
Yeah.
so that I could implement them with Mighty Networks, which is what I planned to do. I planned to set up the Stripe account,
Yeah.
and I was told that I wasn't allowed to ask for them.
Okay.
Plenty of things where I've started dealing with something, and then someone will come along and start dealing with it themselves.
Are we talking about Tom?
Yeah.
Or are we talking about anybody else?
No.
Okay,
No,
I'm
no.
only asking that question because I'm trying to figure out which way.
No, Tom. There is also an issue with everyone thinking that I'm their personal assistant.
Nice.
You know, I'm quite happy to help everyone. I love helping people, but then I'll like get all these things sent to me, and that stops me doing
Yep.
what I need to do. And I'm getting a bit sick of being told that I'm like incapable of doing stuff when I'm doing stuff for everybody else, and everyone keeps coming to me with the stuff.
Yep.
And then I'm told that I'm doing a shit job all the time.
Okay.
So like this morning, and this is fine.
But this is good because I don't see this
No,
side of things.
Like I help people with everything. I helped Tom with loads of stuff. I helped him with all his forms, his contact tracker. Took me hours and hours to do. Anything with Mighty, setting up an Indeed account to employ new people for you. That wasn't like what
Who asked you to set up the Indeed account?
I set up a job advert for
That was
UPA.
tasked to Claire, but then somehow Fiona ended up doing it.
No,
Okay.
it was
Somehow.
for Claire's job. You asked me to do it.
For Claire's job.
Yeah. You asked me to set up an account for Indeed.
That was when Claire was employed. I asked Claire
No.
when we was replaced, basically when we was looking for a new PA for you.
Yeah.
Yep, asked Fiona to set up the Indeed account.
No, you asked me to set up an account and set up a job advert for Claire, which I did. You asked me to help you with the Indeed account. I did that. Yes, last week I set up an Eventbrite account for Sam. I set up his event for him. I set up a form so that he could get new agents in. I set up a contact tracker so that everything fed into the one contact form for him so that he could see who was coming to the event. I've had Sally on the phone texting me this morning asking me if I can arrange nibbles for the event next Friday, and can I check if there's champagne glasses in the offices. What else? I helped Greg with Mighty Networks and his contracts and stuff. I'm quite happy to do all this stuff, but people keep giving it to me and then telling me that I'm incompetent. So why do you keep giving me stuff to do? I'm just getting a bit sick of it because it makes it look like I'm not doing my job when I'm helping everybody else, which is stopping me from doing my job.
But all the stuff that you've just actually described, I had no idea that you've been asked them things because you've never told me or you've never voiced it. So now I've heard it, right? It's very simple. Why did you ask her to do the Indeed for Claire? What was your reason to ask her?
I remember asking Claire to set up a new Indeed login, which will be traceable because it's in the group message.
Okay.
And then after Claire left, I think I did ask Fiona to put an Indeed.
But why did you ask her to do it?
Me and you were talking.
No, not me. Why did you ask her to do it? Not me. Don't throw it on me. Why did you ask her? If I've mentioned it,
Okay.
if I've said to you, get someone in to replace Claire, why did you ask her? That's what I'm asking you. Straightforward answer. Why did you ask her to do it? Don't throw it on me because I can tell you all to do whatever I want you to do.
I
so
just think that you
me.
had the login and you did the prior one, so I think it was just that become like your thing.
Never used Indeed before.
Okay,
You
apologies.
also asked
Okay,
me
so what?
a
Okay, I'm
forwarded
sorry.
message about when Claire left. Somebody had asked you to do a load of stuff, and you said to me, "Can you do this for me?
Which were what?
Like make sure that she doesn't have access to Google Drive. Make sure that the email doesn't have access to email."
No. See, this is going to turn into something that.
No, Steve's
Don't-
asked me.
Okay, but don't twist things, please.
So what's your answer? Why have you sent her all that kind of stuff to sort all that out? What's the
First
reasoning?
thing, Monday, I have no idea how to set up forms and things like
Okay.
that, so I don't know how to do that. So
Yep.
I've asked Fiona about that. Eventbrite, again, originally we were going to use the property circle, which when we talked about it, Fiona made a good point. You can't do that. It needs to be 11s, because if we're going to do a networking event on a monthly basis, you can't have it under the property circle. You need to have it on 11 luxury estates.
Yep.
Again, me thinking that Fiona had set that up prior,
Yep.
asked her to set that up.
Okay.
What was the other things that you said?
Buy nibbles for the event. Listen, I'm not.
No. Hang on a second,
I'm
Fiona.
happy to help.
You've brought it up. I want
Yeah,
answers
yeah.
as to
I
why
want to
people
just
feel
be-
like they can speak to you
I
and
just
ask
want to
that.
explain why I'm not getting.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but you've got to understand that I didn't know any of this till today. I didn't know that he called you up to get nibbles for an event.
I didn't.
Oh, okay. So, but I'm trying to ask why he feels that he needs to ask you for these things, and he's answering the questions. So the Monday is because you don't have a clue. Fair enough. The second one is the Eventbrite. You two had a conversation.
Yeah.
What else?
He said the champagne and the glasses are all here anyway, so I can. Well, they were
Sally's
here.
asked me, which is, you know, I
No.
understand
I want to know. So obviously, Sally's not here to answer. But I
I'll
would like
Sally
to.
though, but it's not even that's not Sally's job either. So someone's
I
she's
just-
trying to
I
help
just
sort
don't
something out, and
understand.
she's
Yeah.
not in the office, so she's asked us the
I think
glasses.
that's
Yeah,
just-
you
yeah.
sorted the food for the event last, or you were gonna say for the things you were saying you're gonna go to Costco for the last event. So obviously she put two and two together.
Yeah,
You
no,
just say
it's-
no, that's
it's
not my
fine.
job, and then she sorted it and she'll
No,
go
no,
back to him.
I don't have a problem
Because
with
that was
it,
today.
but
That's
it's
so
just
so
that-
petty to bring that up.
I
to
think
be
that's
fair,
just-
when
I
she's
think-
not even here.
I think
No,
that
it wasn't having a go at
She's
Sally.
asked you, do you getting nibbles and is the glasses here? That's it. Say
I
no.
wasn't having a go at Sally. I'm trying to explain.
Yeah, but that was today, so that's irrelevant from your job the last few weeks. She's asked you that today.
It was just an example of the fact that everyone comes to me with stuff which I'm happy to help with. I will do everything I can to help anybody. But then it stops me from doing my own stuff, which reflects badly on me because things aren't moving forward as quickly as they should.
Yep.
That is my only point. I'm not having a go at anybody.
And
I'm
no,
happy to
I
help
don't feel like
everybody.
you're having a go. I actually feel like you're expressing what needs to be expressed, and you're saying what needs to be said. And I'm trying to get answers like, why did you call? Why did you call? I can't answer for Sally because she's not here, but I think
just
Rich gave a very good
I
example.
think that what you've got, what everyone's got to take away from this is that's you're sitting there saying that happens to you. That is exactly what happens to me on a day-to-day basis. That's exactly what happens to you on a day-to-day basis.
And it seems to me there's a lot of vindictiveness
Can I
coming from
explain
it.
something else as well,
You
though?
can in 1 second, but let me give my, because I'm only
Yeah.
seeing it now.
No, that's fine.
So this isn't like me having to think about this. This is coming to light right now in this meeting, and now I understand it. I don't think we're ever going to get to the bottom whether he did it maliciously or vindictively or
Can I
not.
get into this? Whether
No, because I haven't let Fiona speak. 1 second.
I've just got to get that vindictive thing out of the way. I have no issue with you
I don't think
or
you
you
do.
outside of this. So therefore, other than the argument we had on Friday, that you're then pulling in another argument from 2 months ago when I said that you shouldn't sit on the fence and if you Steve's business partner, you should back him. So you merge the two.
What's that?
Nothing.
No,
I don't hold a
it's not
grudge.
nothing,
I
that's what
don't
I
hold a
want to
grudge.
talk
So
to
if we
you
have an
about.
argument here, I forget about that argument and I move on with my life, right? And then, so what Fiona's done is merged them and she thinks there's malice. There is no malice here.
Everyone knows where the door is. Like, you can leave now, you can leave now, you can leave now, and you can leave now. If anyone can't deal with it and anyone finds it stressful and anyone finds it too hard, the door is there. There's no contracts, there's no money holding you into this business. There's nothing. All four of you can walk out that door free as a bird and never, ever, ever have to worry about anything again. The option is there for all of you. You know that, don't you?
Yeah.
It's not like there's anything tying you. You got no money tied up in the business, none of you. So the door's there. Don't come in here giving it, oh, you know, I'm not cut out for it. If you're not cut out for it, go. If it was easy, you'd all be sitting in the seat I'm in. So if you all want to leave and you don't want to do it and you don't want the stress and you don't like the atmosphere and you don't like it, literally, the door is there. You're all replaceable. Every one of you. The only person in this business that's not replaceable is me and Isabella. So if you want to leave, you all can. Does anybody feel like they actually genuinely would like to leave? Like, seriously, like, I'm being serious now. Does anybody think that this isn't for them? There's no grudges held. No grudges. Because all it'll be is, tomorrow morning, I won't even remember who you are. That sounds really rude and really nasty. No, it's not. Because I have to look after my family first. I have to look after my son and my fiance. They're my priority. That's whose bills need paying. That's whose food needs putting on the table. You guys are a second thought. So when any of you decide to leave, if you decide to leave, I won't even remember who you are tomorrow because I don't have time. So does anybody feel like they would like to leave?
So Steve, what happened back there? It was quite heated, you know.
Lost for words. I came in today with the intentions of giving everybody a clean slate. There's obviously a few issues with people in the team, which you're going to have as we're growing. And I wanted to see if I could let everybody work together. And it just went south so quick. Guys, it's 3 hours worth of footage. I've had to watch through it and I've had to leave footage out because it's going to portray an image that's just genuinely not what I'm about. Drama, negativity, nastiness, vindictiveness, maliciousness. I don't have that around me. And what you saw was like genuine real life, genuine, just what's going on. And I feel as though, well, it would have been really easy for me not to post that video today and just think, no, I'm not going to do that. I could have got some content doing other bits and pieces and still made a daily, but I think you guys need to see it, because if you give me anything to do with property, land, buildings, demolished houses, commercial projects, if you give it me, I will show you how to make money. I can handle 40, 50, 60 projects a quarter. Myself, me and Isabella, with nobody around us. I can deal source all day, every single day, from my desk. I can run the property circle, run Entrepreneur's World, do all my jobs, do everything. One thing that I've never done is have to run 7 companies under one umbrella, which is me. And having to deal with multiple people. So that is still a learning curve for me, how to deal with situations. And I'm getting better. I understand everybody has a different personality and personalities clash. But to have people around me that just lack certain aspects of certain things, I'm just struggling, massively struggling. Now, you heard me make a comment in today's daily saying, if you all leave today, you will not even be a thought in my head tomorrow. Now, I need to put that into context, okay? Duna has been around me since the start of this, and Isabella has been, obviously Duna's been around me and Isabella, not Isabella's been around since the start of this. Now, if Duna left tomorrow, would I be upset? Yes. Would I sit around moping and wallowing that he's left? No. Would he cross my mind? No. Because my job is to replace Duna and continue the business growing, continue paying the bills, to look after my fiance and my son. And I don't think people actually understand that the goal of business is to make life easier for everybody and to make money. And some people don't get that. They are genuinely replaceable. Like, genuinely, every single person is replaceable. And they all have a golden opportunity to do whatever they want to do in monetary terms, because the world is your oyster and the sky is the limit. Like, they can take anything. There's no level. Nobody in my companies have financial interest, as in no one's bought into my company. No one has any money invested in my companies. Nobody has any financial ties to mine or Isabella's companies. They are given roles based on certain things. So it's either a percentage of the profits, it's either they are business partners on salaries for the time being until the business makes some money, which again is funded by me and Isabella. So everybody can leave. Nobody's tied to this company. Yet they was all like, oh, you know, I asked everybody if they wanted to stay and I cut the camera there. Because some of the answers I got was, we'll stay if, well, hang on a second. Whoa. You're giving me an ultimatum to stay in my company, which you earn whatever you want to earn by the hours you put in. No, guys, that's not how this works. You're replaceable. And I don't want to be this menace and this ruthless guy that people watch and go, he's horrible, he is. Because I'm genuinely the nicest person you'll ever meet. I will do anything for anybody across the board. And people around me know who I am. But I'm also not stupid. I'm also not not going to rely on people who are giving 80% and 70% and 60%, unless you're giving me 110%. I don't want to know. Like my mentor student Lloyd says, A players only. And from today, it is genuinely A players only. So tomorrow's a whole new day. It's been a bit of a crappy day today, but one crappy day does not make a crappy life. I'm going home to my family. I'm actually going out for some food with Tunny, Richard from the mortgage division, my business partner. We're going to get some food. We're going to end the day on a positive because I just secured another piece of land at the end of the day, and he's laughing behind the camera because everything I touch turns to gold, and everybody around me genuinely does smile unless they do stupid stuff and I shout at them. If you don't do stupid stuff, I don't shout. If you do amazing things, I smile and pat you on the back. So for everybody around me who's like, oh, Steve was very negative, because you're doing something wrong. Because if you're not, I'm happy and the business moves forward. So tomorrow's a whole new day. I will be back with my fiance and my son in about 2.5 hours, which I can't wait. They've been to London, and it was Cruz's first time in London without me, which is very upsetting because London is very close to mine and Isabella's heart. So I sacrificed my trip to London with my son today to deal with them. And look who's sitting at the table right now.